Verify order. Knock, knock, knock. Provide privacy. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. How are you doing today? Okay, that's great. I'm good, thank you. Okay, Mrs. Smith, I'm Evangeline Pettigrew. Today I will be doing the newborn assessment in your baby. Is that okay? All right, thank you so much. The assessment will be roughly like 20 to 30 minutes, okay? Okay, thank you so much. And okay, for the start, before I'm going to do assessment in your baby, there are some questions that I want to ask. Is that okay? All right, thank you so much, Mrs. Smith. Okay, so how long was the pregnancy? Okay, all right. So patient reported that the pregnancy lasted 40 weeks and it's full term. Okay, thank you. So was there any complication during delivery? Okay, patient denied any complication during delivery. What type of delivery did you had? Okay, patient reported that she had vaginal delivery. Was there any concern about the baby's health? No. Okay, so patient denied any concern about her baby's health. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the baby's vital signs. Okay, I'll move the baby here because it's hot in there. Okay, so for the start, I'm going to get the baby's temperature. Okay, so for the baby's temperature, it is preferred to do it to take it in the axillary. Okay, so upon checking, the baby's temperature is 97.7, which is normal in her gestational age. Okay, so the next one is I'm going to get the baby's heart rate. For that, I want to listen to the baby's heart sound, and for that also we have to get to listen to the point of maximal impulse at between third and fourth intercostal um, intercostal space, and it is mid clavicular line. Okay, so before using the stethoscope, I have to make sure that it's warm. Okay, so upon listening to the heart sound and counting the baby's heart rate, it is 160 beats per minute, which is normal in her gestational age. Okay, so the next one is I'm going to get the baby's pulses. I'm going to check the baby's pulses, which is the brachial, the femoral, and the pedal pulses. So all the pulses are present and equal bilaterally. So the next one I'm going to get is the baby's respiration rate. For that, I'm going to use my hand. I'm going to place it in her abdomen, and I have to make sure that I'm not putting any pressure in it. So okay, so upon doing that and upon counting, it is the baby's respiration rate is 40 breaths per minute, so which is normal and the average for her gestational age. Okay, and her respiration is irregular, shallow, and unlabored. And I want to listen to her breath sound. For that, I'm going to auscultate. So baby's breath sound are clear and equal bilaterally. Okay, so the next one I want to get is the baby's um, BP. So since I do not have the baby's cup, but let's just assume that it's the baby's cup. So for this one is I have to place the baby's cup is below the knees of the baby. Okay, so let's say that I already put it, and the baby's BP is 95/60, which is normal for her gestational age. And okay, so the next one is I want to get the baby's um, measurement. So for the baby's measurement, as the first one I want to get is the weight. So all right, so the baby's weight is 4 grams, which is normal for her gestational age. And I'm gonna use my tape measure to get the baby's length. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so for the baby's length, length is 48 centimeter, which is normal for her gestational age. Okay, so the next one I want to get is the baby's head circumference. So for the baby's circumference, we have to make sure that we're gonna lift the baby's head. Okay. Okay, so the baby's head circumference is 34 centimeter, which is normal for her gestational age. And the next one is I want to get is the baby's chest circumference. So, okay. So the baby's chest circumference is 32 centimeter, which is about the normal size of the uh, for her gestational age. Okay, so I already finished with my vital signs. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to inspect the baby's general posture. Okay, so the baby's the baby's the baby's posture is flexed in extremities, and it is symmetric, and the baby's um, um, hands are clenched, and the baby is in quiet and alert state. Okay, all right, so earlier the baby's cry is lasty and strong, which is really normal for her gestational age. And then I'm going to inspect her skin. For her skin is I can see that there is an increase in Vernix caseosa, and then there is also amelia, and just a little bit of skin tags, and then there is also like a flea bite rash, which is normal. It's called the erythema toxicum, and there is also a Mongolian spot in her like buttock, and there is like some petiche, which are all normal for her. I mean for newborn baby, and it's usually go on its own. I mean it will disappear on its own. Okay, so all right. So the next one is I want to check is the for the baby's head. So So the baby's head, there is palpable sutures with a small separation between each. Okay, so the anterior fontanelle is in diamond shape, and it is in 5 centimeter. And as for the posterior fontanelle, it is triangular um, in shape, and it is about like 5 centimeter too, which is all normal for her gestational age. Okay, all right. Upon checking also, I saw that there is some molding in her like head, or the overriding sutures, and then which is normal. um and then there is also the sepal hematoma, or it is the blood pooling in the between the scalp and the skull, and it is caused by the rupture of blood vessels, and it is normal also because it is the pressure during the vaginal delivery. And the next one is the I also noticed there is like the swelling in the scalp, or the so-called the caput succedaneum, which is normal for her because it is due to the vaginal delivery pressure. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to go ahead and check the baby's face. Okay, so the baby's face is symmetric in appearance and movement. All the parts like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, eyebrows are all proportional and up and in proper place, or in appropriate place. And the next one is I want to check the inspect the baby's eyes. So the baby's eyes is symmetric and clear, and the baby's has transient strabismus, and I can also see that there is like some redness in the baby's conjunctiva, or it is called the subconjunctival hemorrhage, which is normal. It is due to the pressure from the birth. And I'm going to check the baby's pupils. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you so much. And all right, the baby's pupils are equally round and reactive to light and accommodating. Okay, and the next one is the ears. So upon inspection, so the baby's ears are well formed, and it is in well aligned, or it's properly aligned. um the next one is the baby's nose. Okay, so I want to check the baby's patency of her nose. Okay, all right. So the baby's both nostrils are open to airflow, and the next one is the mouth. All right. Okay. So upon inspection, I can see that the mouth, the lips, and the tongue are pink, and the tongue movement are normal, and the lip and palate are intact. And I can see also that there's like some whitish cyst inside the baby's mouth, which is completely normal, and it is called like the Epstein pearl. So it's completely normal. So now I want to check for the baby's suck and swallow coordination. Okay, so I'm going to place my finger in the baby's mouth and rub it against her palate. Okay, all right. So the baby has good suck and swallow coordination, and as you can see that with this is she can retain feeding, right? Okay, so the next one is I'm going to check is the neck and clavicles. So upon checking, so the baby has like short neck, but it is completely normal, and the baby's neck is like 1/4 of the baby's um body surface. Okay, so the baby also can turn her head side to side, and the clavicles are intact. So all right, so the next one I'm going to check is the baby's chest. So upon checking, inspecting, the baby's chest is in cylinder in shape and symmetric in movement, and it has like the prominent xiphoid process, and the nipples are present bilaterally, and it is it properly placed, and as I noticed earlier that there is like a little bit discharge in the nipple, which is normal because it is due to the maternal hormone withdrawal. Okay, all right, so the next one is the abdomen. So upon inspecting, um, the abdomen is round and soft, and when upon checking the cord, it has three vessels. It has two arteries and one vein. And now I want to check the bowel sounds of the baby. Okay. Okay. So the bowel sounds are present 1 hour after birth. So I want to check, or I want to ask the parent about the meconium pass. Did the baby already like poop? All right, that's good. So the parent stated that the reported that the baby is already past the meconium, and it is in brick dust color, so which is normal, and the meconium will pass like 12 to 48 hours after birth. So um um how about the is the did the baby already like pee, and what's the color? What did you notice in the pee? All right, that's good. Okay. So the parents stated that there is a staining of in the diaper, so which is normal. It is due to the uric acid crystal. All right. Okay, that's good. So next, I'm going to check for the genital parts of the baby. Okay. So all right, so upon checking, the baby's genital has a little bit of discharge. There's like white discharge, which is completely normal. It is due to the hormonal changes after birth, and there's like I want to teach the patient that if they see like a little bit of blood stain in the baby's diaper, or discharge in baby's private part, it is completely normal. It is due to the drop of estrogen after birth. Okay, all right. Okay, that's good. So the upon checking, the labia majora is covering the clitoris and the labia minora. Okay, so upon checking also, the urinary meatus and the vagina are present and patent. All right, okay. So next I will be checking about the extremities. So the extremities are both equal and lateral movement, bilateral, are both equal and bilateral in movement. It has like complete numbers of toes and fingers, and the formation also are correct, and the flexion, and the baby has good muscle tone, and the leg has equal in length, and it is abduct equally. As for the baby's hip, there is no hip dislocation. Um, the baby's feet also is in normal position. Okay, so now I want to check if on the baby's back. Okay. So upon checking in the baby's back, so there is no observed opening in like in vertebral column, and the anus is patent, and the sphincter is tightly closed on this like after birth. Okay, so that's all for my head to toe assessment. Now we're gonna move to so the next one we'll be doing is the reflexes. Okay, so the first one is the Moro reflex. It is disappear by 5 to 6 months, and it is testing by I'm going to hold the infant's head, and I'm going to let it drop by approximately 30 degrees. Okay. So the normal response to this reflex is that the infant will going to abduct, like abduction of the arms, and then followed by like doing an embracing position. Okay, so the next one is the tonic neck reflex. For this one, I'm going to turn the infant head onto one side. Okay, so upon doing that, the normal infant response is that the infant will going to extend the extremities. Um, um, it will turn on the which head is turned, and flexion on the other side. Okay. All right. So the next one is the palmar reflexes, or it is called the Grab's reflex. So it is disappear by 2 to 3 months, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my finger against the infant finger. Okay. All right. So the infant response on this reflex is the infant will going to grasp my finger. Okay. All right. So the next one is the plantar reflex. So which is this one, it will going to um disappear by 8 to 9 months, and I will do the same thing. I'm going to press my finger in the infant in the base of the infant toes. Okay. All right, so the normal infant response on this reflex is that the toes curls like forward. Okay. All right, the toe we're going to curl forward. All right, so the next one is the rooting reflex, which is I'm going to touch or stroke from the infant mouth toward the infant cheek. Okay. All right. Okay. So for that one, the normal infant response, the infant turns her head to the side that is being touched. So which is normal. Okay. So the thing here, it is difficult to elicit this kind of reflex when the infant is newly fed, or when the infant is sleeping. All right. So the next one is the sucking and swallowing reflexes. Now for the sucking reflex, it is disappear by 1 year, and for the swallowing, it is present throughout life. Okay, so for the sucking, I'm going to place my hand gloves in the hand glove finger in the mouth, and I'm going to rub it against the the baby's palate. Okay. All right. So after doing that, the baby began to suck. So that is the normal response for the infant. Okay. So it may be weak if the infant is just like if she just fed. Okay. All right. So for the swallowing, I'm going to put like a fluid under the infant tongue, and the infant should be like swallowing while sucking. Okay. All right, so that's the infant normal response is like the infant exhibit. The infant was able to swallow it while sucking the liquid. Okay, and I was sucking my finger and like swallowing the liquid. Okay, so the infant has good coordination in sucking and swallowing, right? So the next one is the um stepping. Okay, so I'm going to get the infant and I'm going to do like this. I'm going to lift the infant, and it's like I'm going to lift the infant so that the feet will going to touch. I sorry. So the feet will going to touch the solid surface, and then the infant normal response on this reflex is that the infant will try to like she is walking. Okay, like what she's doing now. All right. So this is good. So for the next one. The next one is the trunk in it. It's the gallant or trunk incurvation. Okay, so it disappeared by 4 months, and so for this reflex, I'm going to put the infant in the prone position, and I'm going to put the infant in the prone position. So I already put the infant in prone position, and then for this kind of reflex, I'm going to do like this in the like alongside of the infant vertebral column, and the infant reflex is the infant response is the entire extremities or the entire trunk reflexes like toward the sides where being touched. Okay, all right, so the next one is the Babinski reflex. So this one is it disappear by 8 to 9 months, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a stroke on the infant feet from the heel across the base of the toe. All right. So for the infant response on this one is that it will going to dorsiflex. You know, the big toe of the infant will going to dorsiflex. Okay. All right. Okay. So the infant exhibit the normal response of these reflexes. Okay. The infant toe has been flared with dorsiflexion of the big toe. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for this one. That's all for my newborn assessment. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, for letting me do the assessment on your baby. Is there any questions that you want to ask me? All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Have a good day. I'm going to dress up your baby. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.